All right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in 1/3, and Lord's will this lesson to be edifying, as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachakwadash. And Tawadi Ba'Shem Yahushai for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And Lord's will, what I want to title it, Salakia, Lord's will, what I want to title it is, well, that cuts a Edomite Christian. Okay, I was reading into the covenant of salt that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai made with King David, which I'll grab. And also, when there is a grain offering for a peace offering, we're commanded to add salt to it. Okay, so when it comes to sacrifice, the Lord favors salt. And Yahweh Shai also told us that we are the salt of the earth. Now, what I want to do is I want to go into the commentary and I want to show you how this cuts Edomite Christians. Okay, so this is Matthew 5:13, red letter. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt has lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden underfoot of men. Right. So we as Israelites, the Lord has created us to have flavor. Okay. But, salt also represents purity. Okay. And salt also represents preservation. Because remember what you would do with meats back in the, older days, unlike now with, in electricity technology. Okay, so-called modern times, you would salt your meat to preserve it. That was a big thing. And also you could get paid in salt. All right, that's why in the Roman times there was a coined phrase, I'm worth my salt, something along those lines. But let's go into this real quick, and let me show you how this cuts an Edomite Christian to the core. Okay, so let's go down to Matthews 5:13. All right, I was just reading this yesterday, and I got a couple points I wrote in my notes, so we'll just go and grab those two. A lot of good scriptures in here, but just for this in particular lesson, let's go into it. So, Matthews 5:13, coming right up. I want you to check this out. Tell me this ain't a cut to an Edomite Christian. All right, this is. I skipped it. Just give me a second. A little excited here. Okay, I knew when I saw the light, I knew I went a little. Yep, so here it is. Okay, so right here it says, ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It says, you are the salt. Disciples are like salt because they are precious in Yahushai's days. Salt was a valued commodity. Right, look, Roman soldiers were sometimes paid with salt, giving rise to the phrase worth his salt, or also salary. This is where the term salary comes from, which also proves we're in the Rome revival, all right, the last leg of the Roman Empire. It says, ye are the salt of the earth. Disciples are like salt because they have preserving influence. Salt was used to preserve meats and to slow decay. Christians should have a preserving influence on their culture, and isn't the gospel, okay? Let's get Matthew 24 real quick. Isn't the gospel very salty? This is why you have people saying, this Hebrew Israelism, this thing is just basically took off by storm because nobody wants to be a Christian. All right, Christianity is boring. It's bland. It's flavorless. It's repetitive, it's slop, it's trash, and it's a lie. It's not the truth. There ain't nothing good with it, okay? You don't meet no cool Christians like that. I ain't saying there ain't some cool Jakes out there that may be into Christianity, but in a nutshell, Christianity is finished, okay? They're weird, they're bugged out, all right? And you're not salty, you're tangy, okay? You're not it, man. Now, let me get this to show you some salt with this truth. Matthew 24 and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world, right? Because it's salty, it's flavorful, quick. Ooh, let me get in this. Let me get some of that. People want this. People want the salt, the saltiness of the Hebrew Israelites across the board. Okay? Across the board. When you even look at even the other camps, all right? Even though they may be off in doctrine, but they're still salty. They still got some flavor to them, okay? They got flavor to them. This is why Christians come up with the same bland seasoning of John 3:16. Again, you using that again, that ain't work. We need something more. Remember, man shall not live by bread alone. So what is being seasoned with the meal that you are eating from? Okay? What are you cooking up? Because Christians ain't cooking up nothing good for you. It says, shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, then the end shall come. That's salty. Okay? That's salty. And then, what is that in Peter's? Lively. Let me see. Live. Just came to mind. My lively stones. Let's see what comes up. Yep. 1 Peter 2:5, ye also as lively stones. So this truth through the Holy Spirit has activated us to a level of flavor where we're not dead no more. We're not gray. We're not just stuck, you know. There's moving, it's hip, it's popping, it's action, it's quick, it's living water. It's flavorful. Ye as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. The Wada Yahweh Shai, that we are accepted. And going back to the spiritual sacrifice, we're the living sacrifice. So remember, you would put salt on the sacrifice, okay, in certain offerings. Now let's keep going. All right, right here. This is a cut to Edomite Christianity right here. Ye are the salt of the earth. Disciples are like salt because they add flavor. Do Christians add flavor to the scriptures? No. Okay? No. Christian, this is why you got vocab, but it's one trick pony-act. This is why he tries to rap and he tries to bring in these noises and he tries to urban it. I'm urban with my turban. Suburban. It ain't it. Then you got David Woods beatboxing with a dress. It ain't it. Okay? You're trying to add flavor that you don't have because you ain't the salt of the earth. Disciples are like salt because they add flavor. Christians should be a flavorful people. Wait a minute. Out of everybody on the planet, are not Jake referred to as flavorful? Look at even how we dress, okay? It makes me think of Boys in the Hood. When Trey went over to the barbecue, he had the suit, he had the outfit on. You know, Jake fixing the hair. Look, man, hey, you people ain't built to be flavorful like us. We bring flavor to this life, you know? This place would be gray if the Lord didn't have his people here, all right? If the Lord didn't have his people here, this place would be trash. It's trash now. We bring something to existence. So how much more in this truth? That's why I remember years ago, which Apollos planted, Paul watered, the Most High get the increase. So at the end of the day, we glory Yahweh Shem Shai. But I remember years ago, which we are the testament, have a testimony to that. When this truth didn't activate you, didn't do something to you, that's why you believe now, because your pure mind got stirred up because of that flavor. Because of that spirit, because it got you, it resonated with you, you know? It's just like Jake cooking. It's just like Jake cooking, man. You ever see Esau's cooking? Like, hey, pass the salt. Salt enhances any flavor. So if you cook chicken, it's just chicken. But if you got a Jake cooking it, he's going to have some sazon. He's going to have a little bit of salt. Not just any salt. That pink Himalayan salt, okay? He's going to have that good stuff to it. All right, some hot sauce, just like this truth. You got one person, and God so loved the world. He gave his only begotten son. No. That ain't it. That ain't the flavor the Lord's looking for. And let me tell you this. The Lord likes salt. Okay, let's get that. Like I said, I had some notes right here. Look, the Lord likes salt. Let's get Leviticus 2 and 13. Real quick. Leviticus 2 and 13. Actually, let's go to the blue letter because I do like the points that they make. And let's get some examples about what salt represents as well. And one of the things salt represents is preservation. This is why he made a salt covenant with King David forever. Because salt is to preserve for a very long time. See, the law of grain offering. Okay, and real quick, for any brother or sister out there, I'm going to have to do a lesson on this. Leviticus 2 and 1 is talking about a grain offering, not dipping chicken in oil and flour. And I'll go into that. All right, I'll go into that. But for time's sake, I'm going to jump into this. All you got to do is look up the etymology for the word meat and also the blue letter for the word meat right there. Like I said, I'll go into it. But for edification, let's just go to this. So let's read in a different translation just so you can see that this word meat actually means grain. Okay, right here. See right here it says thy meat offering, but right here it says your grain offering. Okay, look, NKJV Leviticus 2 and 13. Does the Lord love salt? Absolutely. So the Lord wants us to be salty, unlike you Christians. And every offering of your grain offering, which is grain offering, is going into also a peace offering. Okay. And every offering of your grain offering, ye shall season with salt. The Lord likes a salty sacrifice. Okay. You shall not allow the salt of the covenant of your God to be lacking from your grain offering. With all your offerings, you shall offer salt. With all your offerings, you should offer salt. So the Lord likes salt. But the salt is that flavor. Okay. And excuse me, the salt brings flavor, but the salt has a representation. All right. And Jake likes seasoning. Do we not? Do we not like seasoning? I don't like bland food. I don't like bland teachings. Okay. I don't like bland stuff because we're flavorful. Other people like bland stuff. Okay. Because they ain't flavorful. They ain't the salt of the earth. Now, got about 10%. Let's go quick. See, it said grain offering. Very simple. All right. Leviticus 2 and 13. It says salt was an important part of the offering because it spoke of purity, of preservation, and of expense. Every sacrifice offered to Yahweh should be pure, should be enduring, and should cost something. In this verse, Yahweh repeated the command 3 times. See? As a preservative, salt will slow or virtually stop the normal process of rotten meat. It is the nature of flesh to spoil, but salt-cured meats stay good. So that's why I said trample underfoot. Like, this meat is trash. This sacrifice is trash. We don't need it. It's lost its salt. It's lost its preservation. So that's like these guys. So we don't want to lose our salt. Yeah, you know, Deuteronomy 28. Nah, man, we hip hop. Let's go. Lively. You know, everybody's got his own speed and tempo. But there is a saltiness that you got. There's a flavor that you have in this walk too. It says, look, according to ancient customs, a bond of friendship was established through the eating of salt. It was said that once you had eaten a man's salt, you were friends. You were his friend for life. See? Hold up. Now, I just want to see if they got it. If they don't, that's fine. Okay. Okay, let's hold that. Now, since we said about friendship, let's go to 2 Chronicles 13 and 5. Real quick. 2 Chronicles, check this out. 2 Chronicles 13. We could go to the blue letter, but we'll explain it. Excuse me. Oops. Still getting used to the interface of this KJV. 2 Chronicles 13, press go, and we're gone. 2 Chronicles 13 and 5, it says, ought ye not to know that Yahweh Bashem El Shai, the power of Yasharallah, gave the kingdom over Israel to David forever, even to him and to his sons by a covenant of salt? So what's that mean? That means that the covenant of salt representing a preservation for a very long time, i.e. forever. So the salt covenant is to represent the long continuance of this covenant that I make with you. So if I make a covenant with you by salt, meaning it represents forever or a long period of time. See? So, hey, the Lord likes salt, and the Lord will use salt as something symbolic, bridging a relationship between him and his people, or in particular men within his people. Hey, and Yahushua told us that we are the salt of the earth, and we can't lose that salt. We can't lose that savor. We can't lose that flavor either. And this salt also represents preservation. Okay, so we as the salt of the earth also gotta endure until the end. Now I put Numbers 18 and 19. I believe that's also a law on the salt as well. So let's just get it for edification, since we're just on the matter and we're just tying it all in, you know? Because you got to ask yourself, oh, why Yahushua? Why are you going in about salt? Do we have anything with salt? Yeah, that's a part of our culture. Salt's a part of our culture. That's why Esau gives you all this pack-filled sodium and kills you. He gives you that naughty salty. You don't want that naughty salt. You want that good pink Himalayan. We don't want that tabletop salt. Numbers 18 and 19, it says, all the heave offerings of the holy things which the children of Israel offered unto the Lord have I given thee, and thy sons and thy daughters with thee, by the statute forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before the Lord unto thee and to thy seed forever. See? And to thy seed with thee, So salt is a very good thing. And the Lord uses salt to represent a bondship forever. And salt also is a flavor enhancer. Okay, so that's two cuts on Esau. All right, look, a pure covenant, salt stays pure as a chemical compound. An enduring covenant, salt makes things preserve and endure. A valuable covenant, salt was expensive. So there you go. So we ourselves, okay, are the salt of the earth, but also with being the salt of the earth, we also represent we are the people the Lord made a covenant with, and so much that he coined it a covenant of salt, representing forever. So we got to maintain this flavor. All right, we got to maintain this salty sacrifice, and salt is a good thing when it's pure salt. None of that cheap shit with the little girl with the umbrella walking through in the salty ass rain. We talking about that good stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this out. I went a little bit into more edification on the salt covenant, but hey, this cuts them Christians, man. Okay, we're to be salty. Okay, we're to be salty with this truth, unlike these Christians. They are not flavorful. Disciples are like salt because they add flavors. Christians should be a flavorful people. You Christians are not flavorful people. Hey, Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. I want to say, call Allah, Yah Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Al Kakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone. With that being said, Shalom.